Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Debbie Reed here, Think Healthcare Solutions, Choice About Healthcare, and the Healthitude Academy. It is Friday, June 17th. Ask a Frustrated Nurse, episode 32. I'm compromising today because this just isn't happening. Anyway, I've been watching old Dragnet shows. And I, some of you may not know, you youngins won't know, but for us older folks, Dragnet, just a fax man. And I noticed in all of my recordings, I look at that and I try to condense everything and get it all in, and I look at it, oh my God, I've rambled for forever. So I'm going to cut it off right here, right now, trying to take on a new leaf and just the facts. So we're just going to have two topics today. One is price transparency and the other is vaccines for children. There's a lot of other stuff, and I know I've missed a lot for the time frame that I have been out, and I'm watching the 6-month-old list to see if there's anything hot that I've missed, and we'll get that to you here next week. Anyway, minute in, let's move on. So the first thing is this article is two hours old, and it's talking about the American Hospital Association said patients should be wary of reports regarding federal hospital price transparency compliance reports from organizations other than CMS. And, you know, these days, do we all care about what CMS has to say? Anyway, I digress. The group said that on June 16th, on its website, that organizations have reached widely different conclusions about the status of implementation across the hospital field. A report from patient rights advocates said 14% of hospitals are compliant, and another from Millman found 68% compliance. The American Hospital Association said these groups are ignoring CMS guidance on aspects of the rule, such as how to fill in an individual negotiated rate, such as rate when such a rate does not exist due to patient services being bundled and billed together. And I get it. When you call for a self-pay price, it's a bundled deal. They take into account, they gather they look at other bills of similar diagnosis and procedure and base their pricing on that. So yes, the charge master being thrown out there for everyone to see isn't always the final answer. Other than when you're talking about a CT scan or an MRI or a couple of labs, then yes, those would be a thing. But if you're going in for a hernia repair or a knee scope, that changes that charge master list that's posted on their website very vastly. So I get it. The other thing is, on the ones that I have looked at, that I've pulled up from a website and gone in and looked at, if I've called and got a price, it doesn't add up. So, and I can't say it's anybody's fault because, again, it all varies. That charge master is, when you're in the hospital, they add stuff on your bill every day, and then at the end of the day, then depending on whether you're inpatient, outpatient, your diagnosis codes, what's allowable to your insurance, all of that adds up, and then there's the bottom line. A lot of room for error, I will say, but at the end of the day, that's what we're looking at. So it's really kind of the article really doesn't hit home. I also see that there's a Turquoise Health is doing price transparency and stuff. And that's not the bottom line. That's not the end of the day, and that's not cemented in stone. So, and I've kind of seen the same thing with their numbers, that, when you're talking directly with the facility, you have a whole different ball game. So there's a lot of room for interpretation. So moving on, short and sweet, getting down to the other thing, there's two articles that talk about vaccines. I'll go to the first one. The children's hospitals prepare for vaccine rollout. Children's hospitals are preparing to vaccinate the nation's youngest population after an FDA advisory panel on June 15th unanimously endorsed COVID-19 shots for kids as young as 6 months. I have issue with that. I keep hearing people still getting. I mean, we don't need to have that conversation. For all of us, we know where we stand on things like that. I just think, no. I just really don't think we're really messing with our immune system and all the other crap that comes with a vaccine. It's not worth the risk for healthy kids to standardize, get vaccinated. That's just my opinion, and I'll stay as neutral as I can. However, good news, if you live in Florida, Florida won't allocate resources to support COVID-19 vaccine rollout for young kids. They will not employ any state resources to support the anticipated rollout of the vaccine for children under 5. Governor Ron DeSantis, of course, said during a June 16th press conference. Go, Ron. And those are the two big things I have today. I'm going to cut it off here, and we will talk again next week. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, let people know that we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, and who knows, let's form a cooperative and do our own thing and make things better. We can't wait for our government to fix it, and all they're going to do is break it, trust me. So talk to you soon next week. Take care. Have a great, awesome weekend.